Since this is our first time doing group conferences, I thought I'd do a short video explaining how they're going to be done. So what you'll be doing is you'll be meeting with a small group of your peers and me for 15 minutes every Thursday afternoon. This is just to kind of touch base and see what's going on in the class that week. There's usually a short activity that you have to prepare for in advance by getting in touch with your group members. Your groups are in the group conference folder for this week. So if you click the link below this one, it'll take you over to the group conferences folder, and in there you'll be able to see who your group is. I suggest getting in touch with them via email as soon as possible. Make sure that you figure out how you're going to talk to each other. So figure out who everybody is on a single group chat app. Choose something like Slack or GroupMe or WeChat or Facebook Messenger or whatever it is that all of you use. And you can use that platform to get whatever the activity for that week done is. So I suggest you do that first. Email your people and then figure out what chatting app that you want to use. After you figure that out, for this week the activity is pretty simple. You're just going to be introducing me to your group members. In that group conference folder, there's a number of questions that I want you to ask each other. And then once we get into the actual conference, I will have you introduce me to somebody else in the group. I'm not going to tell you who in advance who it is, but I'll just say, okay, Bob, introduce me to Sarah. And then you'll tell me about her information. Every week you're going to have some activity like that. It usually doesn't take very long to prepare. So to prepare for this week's activity is going to maybe take you 10-15 minutes. And most weeks it's something similar like that. Every now and again throughout the semester, we also have individual conferences where instead of the group conferences, we'll just be meeting one-on-one for 10 minutes. In those conferences, we'll mostly just be checking in to see how things are going during the semester and make sure that you're getting everything in okay. And if there are any problems, that we talk about them and talk about what's going wrong and such like that. The first one that we have is after we finish WP1, so we can kind of check in and say, okay, did you understand WP1 okay? Did you get the grade that you were expecting on it? And so on and so on. All of these conferences will be held on Microsoft Teams for now. If we do get the okay to go back in person, you'll have the option of doing them, either continuing on Microsoft Teams or doing them in person. The group conferences will be held in a classroom, and we'll have plenty of opportunity to spread out in there and make sure that nobody is at risk. And then the individual conferences would be held in my office. If you have any questions about group conferences, of course, please feel free to ask me in the questions forum. Otherwise, continue on to that folder below the link to this video and prepare for this week's group conference.